All right, afternoon, guys. It is November 4th, and we're going to get started here back combining again. So we got a little shot of rain Friday. No, not Friday. Monday. So yesterday. Kept us out of the field, but we were also, the wet bin was right full Sunday night when we finished up. And it took most of yesterday, so I think the wet bin was empty around like 7:30, 8 o'clock last night. So we weren't going to get stuff moved down and opened up. So, and then this morning I had some stuff to do at work as far as combine wise, so we are late getting started. And we're shorthanded. It's just Joe and I. Everybody else is busy doing something, so I was able to convince Danielle to come pick me up, so I brought the truck down. Joe's bringing the combine down, and then we're gonna get a ride back, and then I'll bring the green cart, and he'll bring the 210 in the wagons. And then we'll go and fill everything, drive home, unload, rinse and repeat till we fill it up. So anyways, we'll hopefully my ride here shows up here shortly.
Hi everyone! Wave! Mwah!
And I want to eat an apple really quick because I want to play with my kids.
You know, everyone says thank a farmer, but I think we should thank the farmers' wives and their children for all that they do.
All right, slowly but surely, we're just getting some headlands opened up here. We were, I think, able to track down a driver for the truck. He thought he'd maybe be over here for 7. So it's slow going with headlands. So it's not the end of the world that Joe and I just work. You know, you just got a guy sitting there fucking twiddling his thumbs. So we'll get stuff opened up and maybe get a land or two started. They are calling for a bit of rain tomorrow, but yesterday they called for a good shot of rain and no rain, and the wind picked up and it dried up and it was good to go. So we'll get stuff opened up, filled up. Joe will pick away, watch the dryer, and maybe get started late tomorrow afternoon again and have everything filled right up. Let it dry, and then hopefully try and finish this field Thursday. Track down some containers, try and get everything on wheels because it's supposed to turn wet Friday. And I think I'm going to go deer hunting on Friday, Saturday, maybe Sunday morning. Don't know yet. Friday and Saturday for sure. Just don't know whether we'll be in good enough condition to go deer hunting Sunday morning. I'd like to go Sunday morning as well. If I can at least sit Friday night, Saturday morning, and that'll be decent. And hopefully then the dryer we'll have all our corn off around home that we can just get at everybody else's corn and then go down to David's and finish up. But looks like his lights are on. So he's getting close to full, and he'll come probably dump on me here, and I think he'll split it, and then we'll get going up and down quick and try and fill the wet bin as fast as we can so we can do some chores tonight and get at her tomorrow. Picking corn at night. One of my favorite activities. I actually love picking corn with the lights on under a full moon in the fall. It's a favorite thing to do. It's I don't know what. At night picking corn, it's peaceful. Phone's not ringing. And yeah. And it's nice when everything's dry, there's no mud. It goes so much nicer. All right, afternoon, guys. It is November 6th. So I think when we last left off, we had finished up the home farm and the test plot. And we had got started at the corn down here. So we got about 24 or 21 acres off. So there's probably another 24 and a half left to go here. Didn't do anything yesterday because when we got back to unload and we got looking at the corn dryer, the bearing on the top to fill the dryer had blown apart, and we couldn't get parts and bearings to fix it till yesterday afternoon. So yesterday, Joe and I we got that pipe underneath through the culvert, got the blower set up while they fixed that. Well, we waited to get that bearing fixed on top. Got that fixed. Got the corn drying, and it rained a bit yesterday afternoon and a bit this morning, so it's a bit of a late start, but we should be able to get this all off. I just brought some more wagons down to the field. Joe's gonna bring the truck, and then we'll get started picking corn here. Hopefully have this all off today, and then we can work away because we've got some not so good harvest weather starting to roll in through this weekend. It's supposed to rain tomorrow at like 6 a.m., like 8 mils, so not a whole lot. Some more rain Saturday, and then some rain Sunday, and snow 3 days next week. So anyways, we'll get fired up here shortly. All right, we're ready to fire up here. Hopefully our buggy scale works, because we've harvested a lot more than that, and that had 2.5 ton on it, so it's acting goofy. But we know roughly what at the end of the day, you can just measure the bins, and if you know the bushel weight, then you can figure out your yield. So this field's all hopefully going into one bin. Well, ideally it wouldn't all fit in the last bin. If I gotta put a bit more in another bin, that'd be awesome. But realistically, we're thinking it's probably all gonna fit in that last bin without an issue. We'll see what we're getting into another variety, so we'll see what transpires when we get into that other variety. We're just letting stuff warm up, and we should be able to get at it. Still working on headlands here. With the time change, it's gonna get dark here shortly. I don't mind it getting dark at night. We got good lights on tractors for that reason. So yeah, we're just gonna get headlands. Once we get these last few headlands off, we should be good to go. Now, one might ask, well, why didn't you do them when you're opening up the field? Well, with how dry or how wet we didn't know how wet it was going to be. The reason we decided to not open these up is if we did get rain and it was wet, these headlands would all slopped up with the extra rain, or with because the corn stalks hold the rain or hold the moisture, and they stay wet, and since they're on the ground and it's cooler, it takes them a while to dry out. Whereas if they're up in the air, they dry off, and then you got a nice dry mulch on top with the grease. So That's why we didn't open them up. We kind of open up headlands. If it's a big field, we kind of just open up headlands that we need to do the farm, and we just slowly pick away at it. And two, the reason we like to open headlands up as we go is it also gives an opportunity if we're waiting on trucks or something like that, since it is slow going, gets everybody caught up and gives somebody a bit of a breather, and so that then we can get going again. But they do take their time and they don't yield as well, but that's just part of farming. If I could farm every farm with the least amount of headlands, that would be ideal, but not always the case. On this farm, a third of it is headlands, just with the shape of it, and that woodlot right there makes it a third of headlands. I wish we could just clear that, farm it, and then this would be a nice square farm, but not allowed to do that. I guess we got to keep trees around, but I would sequester just as much carbon farming it as that woodlot would. Anyways. All right, we got the truck full and those wagons full. So we're going to go get them unloaded and then come back. I think there's supposed to be a guy coming to drive truck, but we shall see. I'm not gonna leave till I know Joe can get out with the truck. I'm pretty sure we do have a chain here if he can't get out, but said he was able to get out this morning and it was greasier then, so get this thing fired up. We actually had to put a new fan pulley tensioner on this tractor, because last time we were combining, the alternator wasn't running 100% because they didn't have tension on the belt. So needless to say, that needed to be fixed too before we were going to go do any hauling, before we ate a fan belt and had a way more expensive fix. So you just get the tarp rolled here, take the truck, take the wagons, and we'll fire up the dryer again, because I imagine it's out of corn, and then we'll come back, and I think we should be able to get everything on wheels between the wagons, the truck, the buggy, the neighbor's wagons, and the combine. Come hell or high water, it will get all on there. And if somebody can come run truck or even haul a set of wagons or come run buggy while I get another set of wagons emptied. So looks like he's gonna get out of here no problem. Well, actually, that thing, when it's got weight on it, less likely to get spin out than when it's empty, believe it or not. Oh, I'm just gonna get back around here square. Holy, I might not get out of here. No, I'll get out of here. I got no problem getting out. I got four-wheel drive. That truck doesn't. Well, came back and the dryer wasn't running, but it wasn't out of corn though. Bearing that we fixed yesterday on that auger, now the motor went on it. If it's not one thing, it's another. So, don't know how long that bin fan had not been running, I don't think very long on and then we had a bin fan go that a breaker popped on it, but I don't think it hadn't not been running that long. So I got it cooling the corn now. It's not the end of the world. That hot corn steeps in there, and it'll actually, well, all that steam that's coming out is all the moisture in the kernels, so it is, that is fine. But man, this last 6,000 bushels or 7,000 bushels of corn, 6,000 bushels of corn is going to be costly bushels, because, well, that motor is probably $1,000 bucks. But I think what we're going to do is just rob a motor off one of the bin unloads that I don't, that we won't fill that bin probably for a year, and put a 5-horse on there. It's a smaller motor, and I'll choke the auger down so that it runs longer per hour, and then stopping and starting. Well, it looks like I'm going to do some trucking. Hopefully I don't wreck anything. For trucking. There's Sean off with the load. I bet you he's back. So, when Sean drives that truck, you better have a full tank of fuel, because that thing will see speeds to know that it's not used to. He just gives her. I think the last time we had corn here, we had him trucking. He could damn near keep up when we were unloading into the leg. Using the wagons as overflow and just him running back and forth. He was pretty close to keeping up. He can just, he can drive, that's for sure. And now he's got a transmission that's decent. Yeah, he'll have no time, be no time for him to keep up. Looks like we're getting a bit of a frost here, a cool night. So mud will stop sticking, which will be nice. I don't think it'll firm up enough that it'll be hard, but should be good to go. All right, back in the yard. That's all our corn off around home. Gotta get that dryer fixed, get it finished drying. Work's still not done. We're not even halfway done corn. I think we've got between 260 and it might be 265, 275 left to do. So not done yet. The last stuff will go a lot quicker than this stuff because I don't have to dry it. So we can usually bang out, 70, 80 acre days if we can get at it for the full day. So anyways, I'm gonna roll the tarps on these wagons here. All right, back in the yard. That's all our corn off around home. Gotta get that dryer fixed, get it finished drying. Work's still not done. We're not even halfway done corn. I think we've got between 260 and it might be 265, 275 left to do. So, not done yet. The last stuff will go a lot quicker than this stuff because I don't have to dry it. So we can usually bang out, you know, 70, 80 acre days if we can get at it for the full day. So anyways, I'm gonna roll the tarps on these wagons here. All right, evening. My watch died. Anyways, evening guys. I've just got back from a little road trip. Headed out to my buddy Dave to pick up some calf head gates to renovate the calf barn. Drove there last night after work. Just got back, it's about 5:30 now. Left there around 10, so made some pretty good time. Joe's gone combining for a neighbor. In the meantime, the reason I went there is I thought it was dry, it was too wet to combine because we got a good shot of rain Friday. And so we're just finishing up drying. Joe, I guess, has been battling the dryer while I was gone. It just won't give up. Well, it keeps giving up, but we won't give up on it. Anyways, I'm gonna check it, see how we're getting along. All right, let's go check the dryer. Dryer looks good. Fan's still running. Climb the bin and check to see how full it is. Oh. That should all easily fit, but we gotta check the wet bin. God, that's dusty. All right, well, we'll get a sample here. So, old school-ish tester. Have to manually weigh out the corn. So I got my scale here. Since we pull off the bottom of the auger, I get lots of red dog or bees wings. I call it red dog. Comment below what you guys call it. All right, and then since I get lots of bees wings in it, I take my little cooling fan here and I act like a separator. And I try and blow a bunch of it out. I just find that those bees wings get really dry and throw off my grain moisture. So now we'll pour it in, press measure, dump it in. And we'll just wait for it to get a temp. If it's too high, it will give me an error. and I'll have to cool it. Come back and see what the corn is cool. I'm shooting for about 16 because by the time we cool it in the bin, it comes down to about that 16.5 is fine. So it says temp out of range. So we will just pour it in here. Put the fan to it, let it cool. And come back in about 5 minutes. But in the meantime, we'll get rid of these other samples and just put them in the feed cart to feed the cattle. While we're waiting for that to dry, we'll check on the goats here too. I don't think you guys have seen the goats in a while. These does are all pregnant and getting fat. These guys are getting fat. We'll grab them and feed them their grain. The does and everything have been getting so fat on me, I have to limit how much grain I give them. They just seem to be just packing on the pounds, which is good. But the one hay mix I seeded a farm down last fall, Quality Seeds here in Ontario, Hay Max, so it's an orchard grass fescue and a couple of fescue varieties. I can't believe how fat stuff's getting on that. That hay mix. So I imagine too, because they have access to hay all the time, they look fat, but it's because their ruminants full all the time. But you can tell they're getting fat because they're starting to form a brisket like the cattle. So that's kind of how I gauge. I don't like to see too much of that in front because that just leads to kidding issues. So we'll give them their grain, some water, and then we'll go back and check that moisture sample. While we're waiting for that to dry, we'll check on the goats here too. I don't think you guys have seen the goats in a while. These does are all pregnant and getting fat. These guys are getting fat. We'll grab them and feed them their grain. The does and everything have been getting so fat on me, I have to limit how much grain I give them. They just seem to be just packing on the pounds, which is good. But the one hay mix I seeded a farm down last fall, Quality Seeds here in Ontario, Hay Max, so it's an orchard grass fescue and a couple of fescue varieties. I can't believe how fat stuff's getting on that. That hay mix. So I imagine too, because they have access to hay all the time, they look fat, but it's because their ruminants full all the time. But you can tell they're getting fat because they're starting to form a brisket like the cattle. So that's kind of how I gauge. I don't like to see too much of that in front because that just leads to kidding issues. So we'll give them their grain, some water, and then we'll go back and check that moisture sample. All right, dump it in, press measure, see what it's at. I'm gonna guess 15.8. Oh! Oh! You'd think I'd done this before. That's perfect. So we'll just check the temp. It's 16, so that'll be 15.5 by the time it gets to the outside temp. Perfect. Well, we'll go get the goats some water and get them looked after. All right, it looks like I got the call to the big leagues. Let's go combining. All right, at the field here now. Successfully downshifted. I'm getting the hang of it. But I'm still gonna run the grain cart and Sean's gonna hop out and run the truck. I'll let him unload. All right, finish this backfield. And now I'm gonna go fill the truck up and then we'll get started on the main field. See how long we can go tonight. And yeah, combining at night. We've been snowed out. So last night when I left you guys, I was running the buggy, and I told my mom to go check the corn dryer, and she texted me. It was at like 145 degrees and lots of steam. Well, should have only been 118. I thought, well, maybe it's on. Maybe there's a spot of fines that's gotten hot. I told her to shut the burner off and leave the fan on and turn the unload and cool that down and come pick me up, because I was thinking, wow, maybe it was on fire or something, or starting to smolder. So I went home. As it turns out, this year with the dryer, the meter roll control, I had to run the settings on there way lower than I actually needed to. And I think finally for the last 1,500 bushels, it finally started working. So anyways, we just had to speed the dryer up, and then it dried the rest of the corn. So we're just finishing drying up the corn. We got snow overnight. Not a lot of snow, but it's enough snow, and there's no frost underneath the ground, and the air temp's not cold that we can go combine. So we're at least out of the field till this snowy weather passes through, which I think it's only supposed to snow for the next maybe 3 days. And then by the weekend it should be warm back up, and we'll probably be able to get combining. But we got a whole whack load of stuff to get cleaned up around the farm, get caught up in the barn, because I got those head gates yesterday, so we can get them installed, so we can get calves swapped over to bottles, clean up all the crap around the ends of the barn, so when we want to move snow, we're not piling garbage into a snow pile that we get to deal with in March. So anyways, I'm gonna leave this corn harvest video here. It's probably all over the place, but that's just how corn harvest goes at our place. It's not a steady, constant rhythm. It's a lot of hurry up and go and then wait. So we will catch you guys later. And until next time, keep her between the ditches.